Let's take a look at network recording using a Cinedeck. I'm using an RX3G, which has dual 1 gigabit networking on the back panel. 1 gigabit networking, especially when combined with a SAN, allows writing most of the compressed file formats directly to your network storage. Cinedeck MX also has dual 1 gigabit connections on the back panel. MX also has a PCIe slot available, which allows the addition of an optional 8 gigabit or 10 gigabit networking card. Utilizing 8 gigabit or 10 gigabit networking allows direct-to-network recording of just about anything the MX can record. In order to set up our network connection, we need to go to the Windows environment, so we will go to Setup, then the Preferences tab, and we will select Exit App, which will bring us to the Windows desktop. Cinedeck RX and MX run on Windows 7, so basic connections to a network share is managed here. Also, most SAN manufacturers have client software designed for the Windows environment, which means you should be able to install the client and write directly to your SAN. In this case, I will set up access to a basic network share by opening Windows Explorer, often called My Computer. Right-click on Computer and select Map Network Drive. In this case, I know I have already connected to this share, so it can be selected from the drop-down list. If you need to enter the info, as you can see, the basic format is //, then the server or host IP address, / and the actual name of the share. My laptop, in this case, is providing the network share, so I need different credentials. Depending on your network situation, you may or may not want to check Reconnect and Logon. Click the Finish button and enter the username and password. If you have a SAN, the client software will be used to manage connecting to the shared storage. So we are connected to the share. Here it is in the available drives list as Drive Z, and you can see the IP and share name. Let's close these windows and restart the Cinedeck system. Now we can go into Setup and select the Master Encode page. This system was already set up for redundant recording, but it is using two internal SSD drives for the primary and secondary files. So we will change from the SSD to the network share for the secondary record destination. Let's save and close this to get back to the main screen and start recording. In this situation, we are recording channel 1 internally to an SSD drive and externally to a network share on my laptop. I should note that a laptop is not a recommended destination for network recordings, as they are not designed for continuous file writes. Look down to the lower left corner of our recording channel. These numbers represent the Cinedeck encode and write buffers. The left column is the encode input buffer, and the right column, the write file buffers. The top row is the master encode, while the bottom is the proxy encode. Monitoring the file writes in the right-hand column is a good way to determine if your drives are performing properly. If the drive or the connection to the drive cannot handle the data stream being sent to it, the buffers will start counting up. You might see the buffer count climb if the network traffic is too high, or, for example, if a drive is failing. Let's stop this recording and go into play mode. The system loads the last clip recorded, but in this case we want to open the file view, select our network drive, and play the clip from the network storage. If you look towards the top of the screen, you can see the clip info, including the path, which in this case is Z, our network drive. So that's it, the basic process for setting up network recording. Cinedeck. Your workflow, your way.